Hey, g'day traders, Sam here from Trade to Prosper. I am going to cover Injective, INJ, following on with a few other videos I just recently did. I'll look at INJ from US dollar perspective as well as Ethereum and Bitcoin and see how that's going. I'm long with this, and my brother asked me what's the target. Well, a target is really based on time frame. So I got my short-term target, and I'll explain what I think will likely to happen. But what we can see here is a classical bullish structure, and you shouldn't miss out. So this is the weekly chart. Let's have a look at it and explain why I'm bullish on it. Right, so here, and this is something I learned this year, that this is a fulcrum setup, and the fulcrum setup is pretty much a bottoming formation, and you can see it's also a wyckoff. And what happens is, if you want just a bit of a lesson, that's one left wall and then that's the right wall. So you could say it's a W formation, but it isn't. It's a fulcrum, but the walls are important. So big selling, bounce, and then we should see a bullish divergence in that area, and that's what we saw. So price comes down with the wave trend. It's pretty nice. You can see how that sort of turned out to be, and you just got this beautiful movement to the upside, and then right there is the convergence. So what we have here is bullish divergence from there to there, whereas this is a double bottom, almost a double bottom. Well, you can see the crossover was a signal to go long. Beautiful. Something that I'll remember for a while for those kind of setups. So from the wave trend perspective, we've got another crossover on the weekly right there, and I haven't been looking at it. And as well, from an RSI perspective, we crossed there as well, a breakout. So come 24 hours, we'll have a weekly close. The Phoenix is also bullish. It's still a lot to go, and I dare say that this is going to continue to go up. The measured move, well, we can talk about that, but this definitely is a bar, which is a bump and run reversal. And so what price is done, and if we can look at this, if we were to just get there to there, let's just get a different template. It was a 618 level as a resistance. Let me get rid of this for a sec. And you can see actually when I did that, if we include the wicks, that is all the resistance, the golden ratio resistance in that sense. All right, interesting to see. I like this formation purely because we have a resistance, and then when price broke above it decisively, it tested for a few times, 1, 2, and we've got this wedge formation. It breaks out of it, still goes sideways, and in my opinion, it's going to go up. And that will be our next resistance. And based on our Elliott wave method, if this is our, where are we? Let's just get our weekly there. Elliott wave count. If this is our wave 1, 2, this is wave 4, right there. Then if we do a wave, measure the wave 5 count based on the wave 1 to 2 to 4, we have one here. And you can see that is our weekly resistance as well. So that is a short-term target, and that will be my wave 5. That is a conservative move. So that's where I see this going. So yeah, how much a percentage more to go? So we'll probably get a bit of resistance here. That might pull back a bit, but if we were to say there, that's another 70% move. Nice. Now, if For some reason, if it goes above it, then so what we have is liquidity. It's very likely to just wick above it. So we've got this red line. Also got this one here. So got to be careful. We can probably just break above that for wave 5 and then pull back. And it'll do this, and chances are it will pull back into below, or just come back down very hard and then find that as a resistance, and we'll consolidate. And we might get an ABC correction and then further on. So then we get our potential trend line where it finds a support. At the moment, our trend line for now is this one here, and it seems to be doing a good job on the weekly. So that's my thinking just by looking at this chart. From the indicators, like I said, this is likely to go up, keep going up, but it's not going to go up indefinitely. Now, what I had here was another chart, Fibonacci. We're going to make some assumptions. If that is our 1 and that is our 0, and do we have confluence? Let's see. We had, that was our resistance, so that aligns with that fib, 0.382. That was also aligned nicely. The 0.5 fib acted as support. It just actually broke above the 618. So, but it is a messy area, and usually this type of stuff is the golden ratio. So I'm comfortable with that. So immediate target, if that is our golden ratio range, which I tend to say is a 618 to the 6.68. Actually, this one's tried another different template. Where is it? 68. That makes sense to me, and it's wicked a bit above. Now, if that's the case, then we'll look at these targets. That is the main target, but this will be a strong resistance. So if this was to continue on for whatever reason, and then whatever it does hits that, we probably get that's probably not the case, where I think that we'll get a resistance here and then break up, and we'll probably hit that first, and then a significant pullback, and then up again. So 170, 165 to, yeah, $165. So what kind of move is that from here onwards? That's a lot. Close to, so what's this here? That's $8. 80 is 10x. About 15x, really. Correct me if I'm wrong, if my maths crap. But that's what I see at the moment taking place. The market is bullish. Bitcoin is bullish. And I think people are preempting to be bearish. What we saw on this sentiments in the market is fear, was extreme fear, and then fear. So it makes sense that people are waiting for the money price to pull back for Bitcoin, and that's where people get caught out. They think, oh, all right, next time it pulls back, I'll get it. But they know that game, and they won't allow it. So it's predictable, and therefore you got to take your chances. So that's what I have with that. At the short term, let's look on the daily. The daily is a nice trend, and let's just get rid of all this. And let's see how we go. So that was a triangle breakout. You can see that. Nice breakout. Hits the top. So this is a reaccumulation. If you look at it from a Wyckoff perspective, we have price with a trend coming up. And then we're going sideways, which is reaccumulation. And that's our buying climax. Secondary test, and then up thrust, and the chances are this could come there. Just take that wick out, come back in, and then volatility, just a bit of a struggle here, and then up. Sometimes it just goes up and then continues going up. So it's Hard to find an entry right now. Let's have a look on the smaller time frame. Let's look at the 4 hour, see what kind of trend there is. And let's add our 10 and 20 moving average, looking for a trend. And that's not actually, that is probably like an 8 hour. Let's see if there's an 8 hour. All right, let's do this. And what I want to do is add the MACD. I want to see what it's got for us. Trying to find an entry, and we need a pullback to find an entry. That's pretty much on the 8 hour. It's got a bit of crossover, so we hit close to resistance, and that makes sense because we're there. We've got this neckline. Let's just get rid of these crossovers. We don't want that. No, I got the wrong one. Get rid of those crossovers. That is bullish or confluent. What we had is pretty much a breakout trade there of a formation. Beautiful. So that was our entry, back test, and then up. Now, so we can ignore this section from a time frame. So 8 hours is a bit too much. We'll look at the 4 hour. And interesting, that would have been a hard trade to enter. Just do that for a sec. Interesting. Previous support, I wouldn't expect that to happen. I thought it would pull back a bit deeper, but anyway, found support in the cradle zone. That was a bullish candle, and that was our entry. So too late now. That was a nice candle entry. This could go, let's see what we can think it might go to. Let's see if that's our one. That's an immediate target, I think, and these are the targets that it's probably likely to go. Probably find some resistance here and then pull back. If it pulls back from that one there, we'll look for these 10 moving averages to catch up, but we're going to start seeing a bit of bearish divergence coming in the 4 hour. So this area is going to be resistance. So if this pulls back, or just goes sideways and slowly pulls back, we can find another entry, but there is nothing here at the moment. So that's all I got for now for that from a US dollar perspective. Let me save that. Now let's look at INJ against Ethereum. I just probably won't do it. No, all right. So INJ, okay. Nice trend to the upside. If we want to trade Ethereum with it, so you can see how it's outperforming Ethereum. It's very much like the dollar, but this one, yeah, against the dollar, it's pretty much the same. We had our bottom. Actually, it's not a bad chart. So took the liquidity and then up, and we found the resistance. We can say that was a golden ratio, roughly there. Okay, so I think we might find some resistance with some assumptions here. Golden ratio is resistance, and this will be probably an area to look for resistance. And can we say why? Hold on, let's do that. That looks like the neckline for that. Okay, that's going to be the major resistance, and the next level below it. Okay, so it's almost there. So that area is likely to be resistance. This is a formation breakout. That was a breakout trade, guys. So we missed that with Ethereum. If we had Ethereum, we could have just chucked that into there. And yeah, long-term wise, if this outperform Ethereum the way it's going, we've got these targets. That's one way of looking at it. Let me just do this for a sec. Alright, just wanted to check something out in a different way. So we might also get this area as the first target. And let's see if that lines up. 1, 2, 3. Yes, it does. Okay. So our 1 is there. That's our first target there. Yep. Being conservative, that's our first target. Oh, damn it. Come on. Yes, that is our first target there from against Ethereum. Where is our one there? So we might find resistance short term here, just based on looking at it. However, the main target is this 1:1 ratio, and then we can look at this level here as a second target against Ethereum. And if it goes much more bullish, then we can look at these ones here. Let's look at INJ against Bitcoin. Oh, okay. So I did some work some time back. Didn't quite work out the way I thought it would. Okay. So that's almost a breakout trade as well against Bitcoin. So if you've got Bitcoin, you might be in a position to take a long. Reaccumulation. We have our potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And let's see if we can get a number. Give or take. So we hit our target, 1. So the next ones are further up. So we have this range. But I think it'll be more than that. This is the main target. There. There we go. There's a nice formation. I don't think that's going to drop the way it's going. It's not the best Wyckoff structure, but there is definitely a strong supporting trend line there. Don't forget, this is a 2-day chart. If we look at so we've got the MACD crossing over. That's bullish on the 2-day. That's also bullish on the 2-day. We just probably broke out of it. Aligns with that structure that we just saw. Look at that, perfect. That's a breakout. Obviously, there's these levels that we might find resistance. I think this is the main resistance level right there. I think it just lines up well with a lot of stuff. So we might just get a bit of rejection on the pullback. We might just get that going. So keep an eye on that one, guys. We've got 1, 2, 3, no touch there. So we might get a bit of a, so I do see liquidity there. So it might just get up and then back down. But potentially this moving averages will be the next support, and then we go. So keep an eye on that. I'm going to leave it at that, guys. I've pretty much covered the lot against US dollar, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. Let's have a comparison. I'm just curious. One more comparison, and that's against Solana. Okay, so it's actually losing against Solana, but it's done great against Solana. Actually, yeah, it's done great against Solana when you look at it. So here, it's done, geez, it's done a lot. 2-day chart. However, now it's looking bearish against Solana. If it drops below that, I will swap my INJ for Solana. Makes sense. That is our, you can see that's coming down to this level. Buying climax. So is this a reaccumulation? This is this could be a topping off structure, INJ. The way it's looking, it's not looking bullish. And you can see how that's dropping. There was a bearish divergence there that dropped it, and it seems to be continuing on. Is now time? No, not yet. So INJ, Solana's looking really good based on all this. So this has done a real good run. Let's have a look at this in another way. Sometimes it could be deceptive. I wonder if this will go sideways. If it goes below that, it's like a shot to go bearish, because you can see it's like a head and shoulders, right, against Solana. The right shoulder. So if it drops this level, we've got 2 levels here. There's a bit of liquidity there. If it drops below that, it might just bounce back up. It's very deceptive. The thing is, it could do that and then back up. Then look for the exit. Yeah. But yeah, there is a number of days that's just losing strength against Solana. So Solana is looking good. It's INJ is looking against Ethereum and Bitcoin, but Solana is looking really good. And while I'm talking, there's ADA that's moving up as well. But I'm going to wrap it up on that, guys. Hopefully it gives you some things to think about in terms of portfolio strategy. It's not an easy one. I like INJ, but now should I just sell all of it? It's a hard one. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. Please give me a like and share. Please subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.